tonight, man. I want to, man. I want to lift up prayers, thoughts, man. Just really be thinking about the people that has been hit so fucking hard, man. The people that have lost loved ones, and the ride ain't over, man. Florida's about to get hit. I got family that had to leave their Florida place, friends that had to leave, and they're now in Memphis. Thank goodness.
Yeah, at least they're safe.
So, man, yeah, right, exactly. Very grateful for that, and for the ones that are down there, man. I just hope that they can make it, man, because this is no joke. It's a big deal. But it is fun to have a few laughs and stuff. So, I had to talk a little shit on there. I said, it might be too soon since the storm ain't even hit, but learn to swim. Learn to swim. You remember that old Tool chant? I think he was talking about Arizona Bay in that one, though.
Yeah.
In the fault line, the San Andreas fault, wiping off, shelving off LA into the fucking sea. And he was celebrating that in that particular song. But anyway, what happened to Jamie, man? Where'd he go?
I don't know. We lost Jamie, and but we're finally live on YouTube. And whoever pops up on live on YouTube, I apologize because I did not notice it. It showed over here, and we were on there, and then I went through there. Hey, sweets. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I don't know what in the world happened.
Missing Sweets all this time, and she's just
she's been probably waiting patiently over there.
Sweets is a girl. Sweets could be a.
Oh yeah, Sweets is a girl.
Yeah, I figured. I didn't want to. I didn't want to assume anything. I hadn't seen her or nothing. All right.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I don't know what in the world happened. Everybody missed everything. I don't know why I did that. It was. Guess I need to do a better job of double checking, I guess.
Well, we did catch it, so that's the good news. We caught it. We caught it.
Crazy mess, man. There's always something. We're still that learning process.
Weather modification, right, Ricky? We was talking about all the patents that they've got out, all the things that the military has declassified, projects that they had, weather modification, hurricane manipulation, all these sorts of things. And we were kind of discussing how we're past whether or not they try to do this shit. We're kind of wondering if they're just doing it and not telling us about it now, but we know they've done it in the past. And
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of a good recap, huh, Rick?
Yeah. We had Project Cirrus. We had, let me pull up my notes here. Well, that's Project Popeye. I got it up. Project Popeye is another one.
What was that other one called? Thunderbird or Rainbird or some shit? Popeye was the one in Vietnam. That's right.
You got Storm Fury. But Operation Cirrus was Fury. Started
called.
And October 13th of 1947. They tried to see.
Years we
said. Well, they did see. They did see the hurricane
for generation.
It's amazing how long ago that was. That's before my parents were even born.
Yeah,
it's
kind of sobering, man.
How long they've been fucking with this shit? But yeah,
folks act like they can't manipulate the weather.
And they had. They've been doing it.
If you aren't criticizing them, they'll celebrate. They'll celebrate and brag about, oh, we've accomplished this much. They'll brag about it, and then if you critique it, it's like nobody's doing that. The ultimate gaslight. But that's par for the course.
That's it, and like we said at the beginning, for the ones that missed the very beginning, especially the ones on for YouTube. Let me pull back up my other part of I got notes spread everywhere.
We were talking.
What was I saying? 1897.
YouTube. It's probably meant to be. We weren't live just yet.
They didn't want us on there.
That's right. Yeah,
they didn't want us on there. What we were talking about. In 1891, there's a patent for with a method of producing rainfall. 1914, a rainmaker.
Damn.
1970, there's a patent for protection from poisonous gas and warfare. 1920, process an apparatus for the production of intense artificial clouds, fog, and mist. 1924, a composition for dispelling fogs. 1927, there's a patent for producing smoke clouds from moving aircraft. They're getting closer. 1928, was process of producing artificial fogs. 32, atomizing attachment for airplane engine exhaust. 32, and all them times we were told with chemtrails and all that for them planes, we were just crazy conspiracy theorists. Y'all are insane. Chemtrails are not real, but they had a patent for it in 1932. Interesting. Let's see. That's ball. That picture is blurry. Let's see if I can pull that picture up before I can see it better. Yeah, it makes you things that make you go for sure. Figured Jamie would be back. Well, he said his power blinked there a little bit ago. He might have lost power. Let me see. Where's my phone at? There it is. He says power flat.
Yeah, we know, Ricky, that they like to spray particulate metal and aerosolized metallic dust, essentially, and different salts, barium salts, etc., to manipulate the weather. So, and we talked earlier, just to recap one last thing, we talked about those experiments that they did in the 50s on the poor black communities of St. Louis.
Yeah, that's terrible. Spraying people, they've been doing it,
pumping toxic shit into the experiment on human beings, on the American citizens, and this is the people that we put in charge to rule our country, and that we trust. And of course, I made the joke, like, I'm so glad we can trust them now, and they stop doing all that type of fuck shit. We can just totally trust them now. Isn't that that's so relieving to know that they would never do anything like that? Yeah. It's sobering, though. It is a sobering thought for real to know that they have done it, and then they always like tell you about it later. And just imagine the shit that's classified, that remains classified, versus what they have revealed and declassified. Like the audacity, they're just waiting on you to die because your kids didn't live through it, so they won't be mad about it. And that's how they fucking have played us the last 100 years while they march us to this new world order.
That's it. And if they declassify a lot of this stuff, but if you're not looking and there's nobody looking for it, no one even know. Here's an interesting. The last one I'm going to read. There's a whole bunch of them. There's all kinds of stuff. In 2001, there's a patent. The US 200-300-85296A1 hurricane and tornado control device. Anything's possible.
You always say follow the money, right? And that's essentially what looking at the patent is doing, right? You're looking at who wanted to lock in their money on the technology, right? And so it puts, rubber to pavement. It makes it real. These patents are where they tell on themselves, and that's where a lot of study will lead you, is to the fucking patents. Same with the injectables and the nanotech and the self-assembling nanobots that is in the mRNA technology, right? There's even peer-reviewed mainstream scientists coming out and talking about these things, these self-assembling structures, spheres, straight lines, L shapes, 90 degrees, all types of different shapes and presentations, even some that can disappear and return.
For sure.
That's and a lot of it's in these patents. The patents is where you can come to be a true believer.
I mean, that means somebody for sure is working on it. If you got a patent for something, even if it don't completely work like they wanted it to, that means uh, it means they are working on that kind of thing and want to manipulate this kind of stuff. And it makes you wonder.
Absolutely.
Where's that video? I want to see. Uh, I was trying to find where Joe Biden was saying, because people were saying he denied that the government's controlling weather. I'll try to share another video. We'll see how it goes.
Federal government is literally controlling the weather. Now the claims are getting even more bizarre. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, a congresswoman from Georgia, is now saying the federal government is literally controlling the weather. We're controlling the weather. It's beyond ridiculous. It's got to stop. Moments like this, there are no red or blue states. There's one United States of America where neighbors are helping neighbors. Volunteers and first responders are risking everything, including their own lives, to help their fellow Americans. State, local, and federal officials are standing side by side. Let me repeat, no one should make the American people question whether their governments will make sure that this is acting when it strikes. They'll be there. We will. Now the claims are getting even more bizarre.
Yeah, no doubt the first responders and all of them are out there risking their lives, but that don't mean nothing when they got like stuff like this happening. And and for what reason? Or is it testing, or is it trying to, with the election that we have right now, and they keep talking about like this is the most important election in our lifetime. What is going on with that? Makes you wonder, like, are they trying to use these, this weather to disrupt the election? They knew one way they knew they couldn't, maybe just devil's advocate, don't shoot the devil. They, are they knew they couldn't win the election, so they're going to try to knock out all the red states before they can't. And then on top of that, you had the lithium mine that just kind of, that's just icing on the cake right there, getting those people out of the way. It's possible. You can't say it's not, even the people that doubting it, not listening, it's still possible. Well, your mic's off, Dave. Or am I sound down? Yeah, I don't hear you, Dave. We're just having a hell of a podcast day.
I've had my mic off, man. And I was
I was checking over here to see.
Damn it. Darn it.
You were going through a good spiel there for a second.
Oh man. So let me try to remember what I was saying. Jeez. So this is where we're at. Who knows whether this particular series of storms was influenced? I mean, I saw earlier there was like 90 fucking tornadoes that were spun off of this hurricane that's hitting Florida right now. So like back to back, these devastating hurricanes. It is sus in October, right before this monumental election that most of us feel like they don't want to occur. And when I say they, I mean the Democrats. Now that belies my other kind of greater belief that they're kind of one party, and I even have great doubts about Trump. Don't kill me, people. I'm a conservative, fuck. But I have doubts about the whole thing. I know both parties pretend to hate each other. We talk about that. And so I have mega doubts about the whole two-party system. Obviously, I'm disenchanted with it. But do I think that they may have contributed to this and used that technology? Possibly. I know they have the fucking technology. That much is beyond belief. And that's why we ask the questions, because we know they've experimented. They continue to experiment. We know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. So a motherfucker don't get to ridicule me and say you're whatever. They don't get to say none of that shit, because I'll say, bitch, look at the patents, look at the history. They've been doing this. So it's not off the table to say they would do it right now when it would benefit them greatly, whether it be for the mind or also to cause chaos going into the election. They always have a million fucking angles. They always seem to come out on top, richer and more powerful, and we always seem to get just a little less freedom and a little poorer and a little more trampled no matter what happens. So that much I do know, Rick.
Death of the middle class.
We're going to see, man. And I want you to keep us posted about that other storm that they're saying now could follow this one right up the Gulf Coast straight up through to Tennessee. Basically, that other storm, they called it, it wasn't Milton, was it?
No, that's the one hitting now. What was it? Nadine?
Helene, Milton, and then this next one, Nadine. Maybe it was Nadine.
Maybe so. But yeah, it was.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, it's crazy to even think about. I mean, but like you said, they've been doing this. I want to go back and see if we can. I'm going to share a video again. I want to see this son bitch do right for me without doing crazy. It might do double echo again. I don't know.
Just so I know, I have to drive back from Abu Dhabi to Dubai.
No.
It's not raining. It's a sunny day. The UAE government invested more than $20 million in research to start a process called cloud seeding. The UAE performs around 1,000 hours of cloud seeding a year, and it's all controlled by this building in the National Center of Meteorology in Abu Dhabi, where they track the whole process. We met with a cloud seeding expert to explain how the seeding process works.
We wait the forecast. When we have a good, chance for a cloud, we send the aircraft to that location. Go under the cloud. In the first stage of the cloud, there is good updraft at that time. Start to release all the salt, and with the good updraft, of course, it will go inside the cloud. The droplets will become bigger and start to rain.
The center manufactures a salt substance that helps enhance rainfall. They put them in what they call flares.
Like, it's no doubt they're. Like I said, there's no doubt that they're doing it. It's absolute.
Right. Yeah, that's the big takeaway from tonight is like, people, if we could stress one fucking thing, it's that please do not back down from the stone cold fact that they are modifying the weather. Whether or not they caused these disastrous storms is up for debate, but what is not up for debate is that they do manipulate the weather.
Which,
jeez, man,
in turn,
it's crazy. Like that, some people can't even accept that fact.
Yeah. I mean, in turn, them just playing with Mother Nature could cause these more severe storms and stuff. I mean, there's, like I said, we were talking about at the beginning, there's all kinds of
cloud
news
seeding
articles.
is booming.
ABC
They
News.
anticipate at least another 200 ground cloud seeding machines to be put in before next season.
Ginger, this is such a cool concept, but is it too good to be true? I mean, how do we know that the chemicals that they're spraying from the air aren't bad for us or the planet?
The good news is we've been doing this since the 1940s and 50s. Other countries do it, and there have been a lot of research projects that have shown that the silver iodide, for example, is not found. It's negligible once it gets down to ground level.
So, again, I don't want to be too skeptical, but is there anything wrong with manipulating nature like this?
I think that's the question we should have asked when we built every single parking lot and every rooftop. We have been manipulating weather with us for a very long time. I do think that looking at and continuing research on when these programs get bigger, if it will affect people downstream, that needs to be watched.
At least we're manipulating it now to help the planet. So,
like I said, we were talking about at the beginning. Like,
yeah, my house and my chicken coop. the fuck out of here. What a liar. That makes me mad. What a lying ass concept. Yeah, spraying ionized silver particulate into the atmosphere is equivalent to you building a shop to make a living. What a fucking sick ass bunch of globalist wackos these people are. Man-made climate change is real to the degree that these motherfuckers spray chemical particulate into our atmosphere. Period. Full stop.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane. You got I had to send you a link to the podcast of Joe Rogan, man. That he had some stuff, you know, talking about the fluoride in the water. You know, there's a lot of states, there's a lot of places taking fluoride out of water now. They've had it in there for years because of the effects of it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you know, and of course, there's lots of it was conspiracy theory that fluoride was bad for you, but you know, but Nazis used it to make people more easily manipulated and stuff like that, you know, when they're in prison. So, oh no.
It's just such a miracle that the toxic byproduct of aluminum manufacturing, i.e., fluoride, just so happens to be that you guys need to be drinking, not in any particular dosage, just we're going to put it in the water. Kids, dogs, cats, people, you can all have it. It's great. And it just so happens it's a mildly toxic byproduct of aluminum manufacturing. What a fucking joke. Yeah. But people will defend it. You got folks out there that will defend the now proven to be harmful, ineffective injectables. They defend it. This water that's got fucking poison in it, they defend it. They will go to battle about this shit. And that's the trippiest part. That's why I mentioned before that Matthias Desmond book where we're marching towards totalitarianism, because you got a complicit chunk of the populace that is willing to get belligerent behind the government's killing of us. And they're like, yeah, goddamn right. It's fucking good for us, bitch. You know, they'll get aggressive about it when you say like we shouldn't be in taking fluoride or ionized silver particulate through our lungs, or like, right, these are bad things, and people will look at you like you got three heads.
Exactly. It's part of it because I think, you know, because they have a certain thought process on everything, and if you just disrupt that little bit of thought process, they just can't handle it. They just can't handle, like what Jack Nicholson said. You know, you can't handle the truth, and they can't handle the truth. It just don't go well with them, and they don't want to believe that all this stuff.
I've heard
is
that
true.
called a normalcy bias.
See that
normalcy bias. In other words, if these things are true, it's so devastating to their worldview that they can't even conceptualize that it could be true because it's so dangerous, and they would feel unsafe. Right? That's kind of the core of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have the same thing happen with all these celebrities. When all these celebrities and everything, everything hits the fan, and if all this truth comes out with all of them, they're all just evil son of bitches. They're going to be wailing in the streets because people won't be able to. They're going to have to go up on their medications at their shrink and everything else because they won't be able to handle, like, their heroes and these people they idolize are
that's
terrible human beings.
Man, this will sound arrogant, but like the more you study, the more you learn. You become so like intelligent to this shit that where you take for granted that other people know basic levels of shit, but just the amount of people that still idolize this flagrant demonic trash that is pumped out of the entertainment sector is astounding. And I'm just baffled by the amount of people that still support. Like, you just think about the flagrant degeneracy and just the disgusting nature of what Diddy has been accused of, drugging people at his parties, and then they trains on them, male, female, kids. It don't fucking matter. And that's just the tip of the goddamn iceberg. And this is all your favorite stars went to these parties and shit and got punked out and got fucking hit. There's fucking sound video. One gangster ass rapper went up there and recorded the shit, was going to put the squeeze on Diddy. Now he released this shit, I think, because he's trying to get in front of what that Fed guy came out and said, which was that we're coming after everybody who was anywhere around this shit. You seen that video? I mean, he just went on, and so this guy releases this fucking audio clip, and I'm just like, and I couldn't even listen to the whole thing. I had to turn it off. I had to turn it the fuck off because it was disgusting, and you're just like, holy shit, what am I hearing? But it sounded like the pits of hell, brother, is what it sounded like. And that's what's coming out. But people still listen to their music, bump their shit, they rock all that. They love it. They love Hollywood. They love pro sports. They love fucking the whole fake fucking thing. And I just I like some sports too, but I'm just telling you, it's all of them. It's all your fucking heroes at the top. And I'm not even, man, I'm convinced. Well, brother, not to go on too much of a rant. Do you remember the Midnight Cowboys with George W. Bush's daddy? It was Reagan Bush era in the Midnight Cowboy tour. Remember that shit? Where they had all those homosexual prostitutes and then got caught in the White House for they tried to say, we're just taking pictures in the middle of the night. What I'm saying is that these motherfuckers, Bohemian Grove, Reagan called it. I won't even say what he called it, but the perversion is like, it runs rampant. And we know there's a wormhole between Hollywood and DC, but people are oblivious to that. And that's kind of disheartening. You learn so much that it causes sorrow.
Well, they've been slowly frog on a frying pan on us for so many years. Just slowly turning it up. And last like 10, they just fucking said, fuck it. And we're just going to throw the fire on it. And whoever jumps out. And whoever stays in. They just don't even give a shit no more because they're right out in the open. No fucks given.
Oh.
They're, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
That's
but
right.
Yeah, they've been doing forever.
They are in the open with it now, ain't they? That's right.
Have you ever seen that that video with Shirley Temple and what's that damn old ass fucking news guy, King?
Dan Rathers or Brokaw?
No. He had his own
Tom
show.
Brokaw, Dan Rathers. No.
But he turned around
Carson?
and
Not the comedian.
Let's see if I pulled up. She talks about when she was still like 12, 13-year-old, and her and her mom went up there to MGM, I think it was, or Warner Brothers. I think it was MGM. And they was tried to have sex with Shirley Temple when she was 12 and she didn't know
at the studio.
Yeah. Larry King. Here it is right here.
Oh,
so
sure.
It's been going on, and they joke about it.
Platform for them to tell this story.
They've known about forever.
When I left Fox, I went to MGM for one picture. Thank goodness, only one. And when I got there with my mother, we were separated. She went into the office of Louis B. Mayer, and I went into the office of Arthur Freed. And he was going to talk to me about a movie he wanted to put me in. I'm 12 years old, And I thought he was a producer, but instead he was an exhibitor. And I'd never seen anyone naked before, except myself. So I had no clue about what was happening. And so it struck me so funny, I laughed at him. And I laughed uproariously. I had tears, and he got infuriated. And he said, out, 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 go.
Did you tell your mother?
Well, I was very quiet. I went down and met her in the lobby of the administration building. She came out very quietly from Louis B. Mayer's office. And we walked hand in hand silently to the car, which was unusual. We got in the car driving home. I said, Mom, you won't believe what happened to me. And I told her what happened, and she got kind of quiet. She said, well, you don't know what happened to me. And Louis B. Mayer wasn't as bad as Freed was to me.
You tried it.
He came on to my mother. And so we both decided that we didn't like MGM much. It was, it was better at Fox.
But they know it's been going on forever, and they put stuff out. 1940. They've been doing it. It's the same Hollywood been doing all this stuff. If you watch more and more stuff, and then you hear old stories about, even like Walt Disney and stuff. It's sad.
Oh, sure. Of course, we know they put imagery, symbols, and sometimes audio. There was a straight up pornographic image in one of the cartoons. It was on the wall, right? We could go through the gamut of Disney shit. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's easy to fact check all those things. You put a mirror onto Mickey's signature, it says wicked. Disney is rotten to the core. And I mean, I got friends and family members that still to this day, like, Disney is the source of all these cherished memories. And I get that. And it's wrapped in the armor of that nostalgia. But Jesus Christ, we need to break the fuck away from Disney and like put them out of business. They should be shut the fuck down. As much trash sexual garbage as they have put into the entertainment for our children.
You see almost every celebrity like come out of like Mickey's Clubhouse or whatever. All of them had freaking breakdowns and all kinds of fucked up shit happened with them. Britney Spears and all the ones in that group. And any kind of TV show, Miley Cyrus and stuff. All went to every one of them. You see every one of them that come out of the mouse's house. Well, they were effed up. All of them got effed up in there.
Man. Well, of course, we know that Disney Cruise Line stopped at Epstein Island for years. We know that 100+ Disney employees have been busted for child porn, various degrees of sexual crimes, and Disney will take these motherfuckers to countries where they don't do extradition to protect these people. Even the producer of Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And you can look this up. You can just look up Guardians of the Galaxy producer Gunn, Gunn, James Gunn. This motherfucker gets fired for some interval. I think they rehired him, but this guy was making weird pedo tweets and shit. It's just rampant. It's just thoroughly cancerous with pedophilia, with Masonic occult sexual symbolism and perversion. It is rotten to the fucking core. And there's just no getting around that. Anybody that can't see that or is not willing to look at the evidence is, again, so afflicted with normalcy bias that they're not even to be taken seriously. And it's just a disheartening state of affairs for our country when so many people are in that state. Thankfully, our viewers aren't, but
yeah.
Sorry, I'm ranting tonight, Ricky. I've just got a lot of stuff pent up. You understand?
It's good. Hell, it's part of it. It's
good. It's good.
Because it's so messed up. I mean, just the thought process on any of it, just the more and more you see come out, and you don't even want to think of, it makes you mute and not even want to think about it. But but it goes back for damn near 100 years in our industries, around here, and just using, and they're all, like you said, they're all tied to the hip.
I think it's a form of currency for them. What do you think? You know what I mean?
Could be
like dirt. They get dirt on each other. Like they go to they do these fucked up things, and then like it keeps them honest as sickos. Like, well, we know we're all total scumbag, Satanist, child rapists, and so it makes them like you can't be part of the club unless you do this perverse shit. That's how they can, or they know they can trust you. That's how you gain entry.
Or right? That they make you there, like
they make you, or they make you at death, perhaps.
Yeah, I guess I had seen.
Is that what you mean? Like,
yeah, death threats to your family and stuff like that. Well, we're going to kill you and your family if you don't. There was somebody come out a deal, and I think it was. It was a politician, because I don't want to say the fact without saying it, without making sure, but it was a politician, and everybody knows. And this woman was saying that she was getting raped at the same time that they made this politician go down here and have sex with his 6-year-old boy, and they told him if he don't have sex with this 6-year-old boy, they're going to kill him and his family. They made him do it, or he's, and he said he was down there crying the whole time, just boo-hooing, just because he's just, there's a lot of that, and then they, of course, they videotape it. Like, we got you. Now you got to do exactly what we want you to do, when we want you to do, everything. They got the dirt, like you said, and they're gonna make you. And then when
That's
it's
the
time
thing with
to
Epstein. Yeah, they got the fucking dirt. They're what a disgust. That's the thing with Epstein, Ricky. They were wired for sound and for audio in that New York apartment, right? We know Ghislaine Maxwell's father was deeply embedded in Mossad, right? We believe that Epstein was definitely not just a run-of-the-mill pedophile, but a procurer. Of course, Ghislaine would find the girls, but he would procure the Johns. That was his role, Epstein, right? But the media spun this as like, yeah, he's just a pervert, a pedophile. We think he hung out with Trump a lot. They spin it that way, and what gets lost is the fact that this was a deeply complex pedophile honey trap, essentially, to blackmail the most powerful people in the world. So he was definitely working directly with intelligence. Now, he was probably a sicko as well. Of course he is, to even be in the business at all. So he was a sicko and a superpower player.
Oh yeah.
Why don't we have the book of people, right? Like that. People just are oblivious to the fact that there is a Jeffrey Epstein and now there's a Diddy, and yet still they cling to their fascination with big media, big entertainment, and these talking fucking heads, these People magazine people. It's baffling.
It really is. It's hard to even put words, it's just, now I think,
Man.
I don't know if it'll ever come out, but there's people above Diddy. There was people above Epstein. We know that. There's no doubt. There's just the way everything works. That's
right.
Take like from Marvel. There was a kingpin. There was a kingpin sitting up on top. And so who is the kingpin sitting up on top? Telling him to allow these people to have the power that they have and allow them to, like you said, they're freaks. Diddy was a freak. Epstein was a freak, but they were able to use their ways that they are to increase their power in the people. And somebody was the puppet master, allowing them to do it. And now that their uselessness started to dwindle, or they just said stupid, did stupid shit, like Marilyn Monroe, that they said they had told her not to come to that birthday party, or with JFK, don't come to the White House, don't come to the party, and she's like, nah, you know who the hell I am? I'm Marilyn Monroe, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. And then she turned up dead. That once your usefulness is done, you're done. Yeah, I hate the whole first hour and damn near half we weren't live on YouTube. I feel bad.
We weren't on.
I was telling people about
YouTube, and then you said Jamie got knocked out.
Yeah, this is one of them nights, man. Cause I talked to a few people about it, and I was like, "Yeah, check it out tonight." I feel bad if somebody tried to get on there and it's just dead air forever, and they just like, fuck it, let me get off here.
Tonight, some issues.
It happens, though.
All right, man.
As always, we're still learning. We say that about we're getting pretty good there for a second, but we're gonna have a learning lesson. It's number 15 here we've done so far, so that's pretty good.
Nice. I've been able to tag along for a healthy portion of those. It's been a fun journey. Thank
Yes, sir.
you, Ricky, as always.
Oh yeah, I want to show that your picture.
I need to glance at my social medias. I just like looking at the Twitter. Yeah.
Show your picture you shared with me. It is.
Oh,
That's the
look,
second.
yeah.
That's the second one that's happened like that. There was another one I seen the other day. Where it looked like.
Is that doctored, bro? Did they have to fuck with that? Did somebody go in there and make a mouth? I mean, geez, that's too good, man. The nose, that is too creepy, man.
It is. I seen something.
That's a fucking sick ass picture, man.
I'll see if I can find it. On the
man.
See if I can find it. Yeah, there was a cool ass picture where there was two of them like that. Let's see. We can. Oh yeah, Matthew,
I'm going to ask the people in the comments if the picture was modified. Surely they wouldn't lie to me or make fun of me or ridicule me.
No, they wouldn't do a thing like that.
Oh, look at that one. Jeez, that's a fucking eerie skull, ain't it?
That was Matthew in 2016, and now Milton.
Wow. Holy shit. Look at that. I gotta take a picture of that shit. Oh man, wow.
Yeah, I seen that.
I don't know how to do a screenshot on my computer.
I'll send it to you.
That's a trip, dude. Wow, look at that. 2016 Matthew. Oh yeah, you could just send it, huh? That's cool.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Wow, look at that, man.
It is freaky.
Man, those are cool. I'd like to print one of those out and just make it a painting. People, it doesn't even, you would think it was just a weird skull painting. You wouldn't even know it's a fucking hurricane radar picture. Man. Let me glance at this radar again, man. I was looking at it earlier. It looked like it had made landfall down there. I hope everybody that wanted to get out mostly got out. And
well, to show you wasn't doctored. Let's see.
Oh, when that clears up, man, it looks like it might just. I may have lied earlier. Maybe it's just now nearing landfall. Oh man, yeah, I see it. Whoa! Wow! Wow!
Evil. Woo. Absolutely evil.
That's eerie, bro. Eek.
I've never seen a hurricane do what that one did. I've never seen one go into the Gulf and do a 180 and turn around and shoot back out the other way. Like I've seen them come in and curve up. They like Katrina come in, they kind of curve down and curve back up. But I've never seen one do a effing 180 damn near. It don't seem right.
Well, they dropped some dry ice into that bitch and some ionized barium salts or whatever, colloidal silver. They fucking made it do a 180.
In 20 years, they'll come back and say,
but anything is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, in 20 years, they'll come back and tell us the truth. And, by then, like, well, don't worry, we're not going to do that again.
Right. Oh, wow. Look at that one. Jeez.
You like that one? I found that one for you, too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I guess Jamie ain't coming back this evening, man. He must be down for the count.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Um, well, let's do our
Be
normal
safe up there,
cleansing the
man.
palate
I hope the purge ain't going where you're at.
for sure. Let's cleanse the palate. All this stuff
And
up.
after these death pictures, these death hurricanes.
Um,
Yes. Oh man.
we got local MMA coming up. We got lots of cool stuff in the area.
Cool stuff happening. Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. When Danny's card is. Let's see. I forget.
Is that 2 weeks away? The 26th, ain't it?
The 26th. Yeah, I was double checking. Yeah,
October 26th.
October 26th at Landers Center. You got SEFC. Got Danny Shell has put on a hell of a card. Looks like it'll be some bangers for sure.
What's the number?
Like the 31.
31 or 32 now?
Yeah,
31.
31.
Bro, I fought on like 4 through 11 or something like that. Number 4. They're on the 30s, bro. Hey, make you feel old, huh, bro?
Oh, for real. Let's see. I got pictures from. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I got an album here. Let's see which one it was that I took pictures at. If it says it, I was supposed to fight on one of them cars, but supposedly fell through.
Was it shotgun or BFC still? Which one was it?
Still,
Do you remember what
bang.
it was at that time?
I just said bang on there. I don't know what car.
Okay. I got you.
15 years ago.
I need to look through some of my fight cards and see if your name is in any of this. I got a pile of crap. I bet your name's in some of that stuff. I have to go through there and look.
I don't know if it ever got to that point or not.
It's just cool that it's still going on.
Yeah. Yeah, Chad Chilco was supposed to not Chad, but Chad was supposed to get me a fight on there, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
I hadn't seen Chad since I saw him at the Spring River about 15 years ago. Okay, Ricky, who do you guys at All Heart have on Danny's October 26th card?
I actually don't have anybody. Actually,
do you got?
We were working.
I thought JJ was fighting that night.
No, he's fighting November. He's fighting November.
That might be what it was. Okay, he's fighting at that's TFA or Attitude, maybe.
No, he's fighting on neither. We're road tripping. We're going up to Paducah, Kentucky.
Oh, that's right, man. My memory's terrible. That's fucking right. You guys are going to. That's right. Oh, that's exciting. I like that. I think that's Rival FC. Okay, fucking cool, man. That's a pro fight, right? It's another 170 pro bout. Is that right?
Yeah. It's
hell yeah.
JJ's debut. He's going against a 1-0, so he don't like taking easy fights. He just one of them type of people. So we ain't taking no. We're trying to still be smart with it, but we're not taking no 0-47 or nothing.
Hell, he's that's comparable experience, don't you think? Yeah, that seems like a fair fight. Yeah, I like to see whether they're evenly matched. That's what I like to see. And I trained under Fred Fisher, and he never took it easy on me as far as sometimes I won easier than other times, and sometimes I got beat up. But like every time, it was like, you better come correct, son, because this guy is. He's just as serious as you, and that made me work harder, knowing that the guy was going to be game, so I respect that. That's awesome. Well, good luck, JJ, in November in Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah, we got that. We got the quintet there in Sherwood, Arkansas, out there north of Little Rock. We had a jiu-jitsu match, 5-on-5.
When's your date on that?
November 2nd.
November 2nd. Okay, that's okay. Okay. I got you.
So a little road tripping next
gotcha.
month. I gotta save my pennies so I can have gas money, but
Save up some gas money. All right.
and everybody wanted to donate me some gas money. They can sure now. Let's reach out. I won't argue with it. Yeah, it's gonna be some good times.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
Daisy's card is the same night as JJ's fighting. We tried to get on that card, but couldn't get nobody ready to. We had a couple people
Didn't
pop
have
up.
didn't have the right matchup, huh?
Didn't have the right matchup and stuff
A
happened.
lot of
so.
criteria has to line up. You got everything from weight to distance, geographical distance to experience gaps, and so a lot of shit has to line up. And then you got injuries and that sort of thing.
That happens too, for sure.
That's November 23rd, right? TFA 2, and that's also Rival FC. Is that November 23rd?
Yep, same night.
November.
So I hate I'm gonna miss that fight.
Saturday. Okay, same night.
Yeah, I hate I'm gonna miss the return to Minglewood, because that's gonna be a cool event.
Right.
That's a cool place to have fights.
For sure, for sure.
Did you ever fight V3 in there?
I only cornered a couple guys. I never fought a V3 event ever. I just never did. It just never lined up like that. I fought a bunch of BFCs, Bang, of course. I fought on about 3 Bang main events, 2 of them for belts. I fought on a Night of Reckoning, which was they held it at Harrah's, and that was a Dave Ferguson Memphis BJJ venue, I believe at that time. I think he pivoted to something else after that. And a handful of others. Mid-South MMA, fought at Snowden Grove one time. That was pretty cool. And of course, I fought in some gymnasiums and some armories and some crap hole. I fought the New Daisy my first fight. So everywhere in between. But toward the end, I got kind of spoiled on the casinos, the hotel room, the buffet. That's living to me. I at least knew that if I got beat up, I could sleep in a nice bed and gamble a little bit and eat a good meal and have some fun. So
there you go. You fought on it. You fought on that card at Snowden. Was Shackelford was the main event?
So let me find the card right here. I actually don't think it was Shackelford. Maybe it was. I thought it was Brandon Harder and Austin Lyons. Let me see.
I think they had a few events there, so I don't know.
See no, bro, I'm wrong. You're exactly fucking right. That Shackelford is the main event. Yeah. You're absolutely right. My boy Brandon was a couple fights before the featured pro main event. So
I was there.
Shackelford versus Chris Hawk. So you were there. So Ricky, I was the guy whose pants kept falling down, and I mooned the crowd at one point.
Oh hell!
If you remember that, my shorts kept falling down. The ref had to stop the fight at one point to let me pull them up because it was one of my first or second 185 bouts. I had cut from light heavyweight down to middleweight, and I fought that scary fucking black dude named Jeff Wiley, the surgeon. He was from Kentucky, matter of fact. And now I won that fight by the skin of my teeth in the 3rd round. I got a TKO. The ref pulled me off of him after a flurry of elbows and punches. But that son of a bitch tried to Kimura my elbow and shoulder back to Kentucky with him. So hats off to Jeff, wherever he is today. But that's so crazy, Ricky. You were at that fight. You remembered the headliner. That's incredible, bro. That's such a cool. I got
an album with pictures. Let's see.
They never released the fights, dude. That was they never released that footage. I always wanted to see that fight. I've never seen a replay. Never seen it. Would love to see it.
Yeah, I got a few pictures. I've seen the little album there.
Okay, cool, brother. That's cool, man. What a cool.
I got a few pictures from that.
Little thing to know, man. That's neat.
Yeah, one of our guys fought on the earlier card.
Cool.
I don't know if that'll work right or not, but He should because you're one of my friends on Facebook, so he should let you see it.
Should take me right to it. I see the link here. Yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there.
Yeah, I just took a few
6/19.
pictures, but
It
yeah, that
wasn't
was
that it was a rescheduled date. They had to. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, my boy Brandon Harder got the knockout against it was Austin. Yeah, Austin Lyons. Real quick, if I recall.
yeah.
And so quick that Austin was kind of mad, like he thought it was prematurely stopped and everything. But that was an exciting day for me, and I got some great memories from that day.
Hell yeah.
So Snowden was a really cool venue.
Yeah, I was. I said, yeah, I was
I
there.
played South Haven football, so South Haven is my home turf. You know, Tunica felt like home as far as Samstown and all the bang fighting championships we held at Samstown, but
Yeah.
but South Haven is where I live, so that was special. Like I got to fight at home, so and win. Thank goodness I got to fucking win. Jeez, man. Losing sucks. Losing sucks.
It does.
I never got tired of winning. They promised, Dave, you're going to get tired of winning. You're going to win so many fights. But I never got tired of winning. In fact, losing sucks. To this day, it sucks. I love to win. We all love to win. We'd like to win in November on the 5th. remember the 5th of November. The gunpowder treason, and plot. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Damn it, boy. Well, to wrap up the local MMA stuff, shout out Dylan Brigman and Malachi Brown, two of my favorite youngsters that I train with at Apex. They got fights on Danny's card. And I'm going to forget some shit. There's some guys fighting on the TFA card, Daisy's card. So good luck to those guys. You'll get a direct shout out next time. I know Marvin. I know fucking Marvin's on that card for sure. Man, I'm going to leave somebody out if I start naming names on that. So I'll do better next time. But for everybody working hard, whether you're at Apex or whatever gym you're working hard at, keep fucking putting the sweat on the mats, because that means less blood in the streets. It also means MMA greatness inside of the cage. And who knows, you could be the next Danny Barlow. There's no fucking telling. The sky's the limit. So I'm excited about all these youngsters. I'll be watching JJ. Man, I'll be watching everything from JJ's pro debut to my boy Malachi's amateur debut. It doesn't matter what level of the game you're at. If you're local, man, you got our support. 100%.
I just flipped on Rumble. I've been talking back and forth and fighting this thing tonight, and man, they're over there talking on Rumble all over the place. John 5B and
we got some
hiker.
Nice.
Yeah. So we had some chatting going on there. I
apologize
that I haven't replied
before it's over. I at least want to lay eyes on the chat before we say goodnight. Rumble, man. Let me go to Rumble. I'm bullshitting. Here we go. Rumble. Well, that ain't it.
Yeah, John. Oh, yeah. It actually goes back to 1897 if you really go all the way back to when the patents. Man, I feel bad that I haven't been sitting there replying y'all's chat. I've been fighting with this thing. YouTube, I was supposed to be on.
Well, remember what Jamie said about the damn rain dancing.
Oh yeah. Jamie said they've been manipulating weather for years since the 1600s with the Indian rain dances. Probably before that, then
they've been rain dancing longer than that. That's right. I'm trying to go to rumble.com bet. Now I can go to anything is possible in this search and check out this chat real quick. Anything is possible.
Yeah, we're in here. They're over there. They've been talking it up. Like I said, I feel bad because I clicked on there a few times and then since YouTube and stuff kind of messed up.
Let me just watch
this. Just upset.
Heck yeah, the chat's popping on Rumble, man. I'm gonna have Rumble on my other screen next week. Next time we do this for sure. Oh, yeah, shit, what's this bullshit, man? I'm fucking technology retarded sometimes, and
it'll give you a little ad
for anybody that's retarded.
It'll give you 2 ads real quick, and you can pass through them real quick, and then it won't be too bad.
Now we're in here, man. Oh man, I hate that. I see folks were reporting some jet trails today. Yep, fading out into a gray abyss. Beautiful, beautiful fresh air out there. Enjoy your ionized barium salts, Americans. Nothing to see here. Man, oh man. Yeah, good commentary this evening, and it was still a good show despite all the setbacks, Ricky. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We I think it's going to be all right. Especially, I'm going to put it back out there again and put it. Once we put everything together, I'll send it back out again. People can watch from the beginning. So we had some good stuff, for sure on all my pictures and stuff. I wish I knew when they come in. We've seen some videos.
I was checking out these guys, man. Yeah, that we're seeing the craft, and man, look, there's weird shit going on in our skies. That is for sure.
Let me play this video.
Man, it is a prison planet. It is a prison planet at this point. The surveillance grid is next level. The drone game, the satellite game, and then whatever else is up there that they're not being forthright about.
For sure. I'm gonna share your video one more time. We'll end it with, well, I'll still do my little ending at the end, but let's watch your video.
Sweet.
We have had the technology to create, and steer hurricanes for decades.
Project Cirrus is the first official attempt to modify. It was run by General Electric of the U.S. military. With the support of the U.S. military.
It did it great earlier, and now it's messing up again.
Now it's doing that.
That's crazy. Let's try it.
So it's easy to get to for folks. Oh, that's going to do it. Yeah, that didn't sound terrible.
Got echo now?
Doesn't seem like it's echoing now.
No.
Yeah.
We have had the technology to create, control, and steer hurricanes for decades.
Project Cirrus is the first official attempt to modify a hurricane. It was run by General Electric with the support of the U.S. military. The official theory was that by changing the temperature outside the eye wall of a hurricane, which they did by seeding the clouds with various compounds such as silver iodide, a decrease in strong winds will result. On October 13th, 1947, Project Cirrus targeted a hurricane heading out to sea. Approximately 180 pounds of dry ice was dropped into the clouds. The crew then reported a pronounced modification of the cloud deck, and the hurricane abruptly changed direction and made landfall near Savannah, Georgia. The public blamed the government. Irving Langmuir, who pioneered General Electric's atmospheric research department and admitted that the project was about learning how to weaponize the weather, also claimed the reversal of the hurricane had been caused by Project Cirrus, but the government denied it for 12 years. After a short delay, the project officially continued, and in 1965, Project Storm Fury had targeted Hurricane Betsy for seeding. On that day, the storm immediately changed direction and made landfall in southern Florida. Congress blamed it on Project Storm Fury, but the government claimed that the hurricane shifted before they ever had a chance to seed it. And after 2 months of congressional hearings, the project was allowed to continue. In 1997, U.S. Defense Secretary William Cohen admitted we have the technology to control the weather, including earthquakes and volcanoes. The U.S. government has placed gag orders on employees of the National Weather Service. In October of 2012, after Hurricane Sandy weakened to a tropical storm, microwave imagery shows a thick red beam immediately followed by Sandy growing into a Category 1 hurricane and taking an unexplained left turn into New Jersey. The push towards alternative energy demands more lithium, and according to the U.S. Geological Survey, the United States has over 6 million tons of identified lithium resources. The majority of this lithium has been identified in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Kings Mountain is believed to have one of the largest resources in the world, but the biggest problem is that people live there and they don't want their quiet towns turned into lithium mines.
People in Cherville have been pushing against a proposed lithium mine for the last several years, but everyone we spoke with here said it's too divisive of an issue to share their opinion on camera. Cherryville is a small, quiet town.
I think that's good that we keep it small.
So quiet, many don't feel comfortable speaking out against Piedmont Lithium's proposed mining operation nearby.
I think we're a silent majority. I think a lot of people are afraid to say anything about it because they are bringing a lot to the town as far as money.
Last year, the Department of Defense entered a $90 million agreement with Albemarle Corporation to increase domestic production of lithium for the nation's battery supply chain, specifically from Kings Mountain, North Carolina, starting by 2025. This is the same area experiencing what is being described as biblical floods. While the federal government spends billions on foreign wars and illegal immigrants, they simply cannot be bothered with the health and well-being of the American people, especially those living on coveted mineral-rich land. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reese.
Yeah, it's messed up. Absolutely messed up. Close that back out. But yeah, man, like I said, I hate it. It's one of them nights. But I'm glad we still were able to. Yeah, we still able to do it and get in here and take care of some business. So I appreciate everybody listening and with y'all's patience and stuff. Y'all, it's one of them. Sometimes stuff happens. We're trying. What did John say here?
Talking about that Department of Defense, making their move into mining those compounds and fuck whoever's in the way. He was talking about their AI robotics warfare era. So not just EV batteries, folks, but the next revolution in warfare.
For sure. I mean,
and of course we played that video, Ricky, didn't we play that video from the Modern War Institute where old boy is giving a lecture about essentially a nanoparticulate smart dust that they could infect a whole village with, and it inundates into your body, and they could essentially hack you at that point. And of course, you've all Noah Harari talked about it too. So I think that's kind of dovetails in there with that next phase of warfare. Again, that was a lecture at the Modern War Institute. James Giordano or something like that. Dr. James Giordano. That's the guy who is giving the lecture for you people out there that want to look at that. But
we talked about back in
man, I feel Louis. Like you said it, Ricky, earlier. They're turning the heat up on the pot, man. And I think you're right.
For sure. You know, we talked about in the 50s when they was spraying all the black folks in St. Louis, and they don't care. Like we were talking about, we both said it. They do not care about none of us. They don't care what they do to us. They don't care about any of that. Whatever, as long as they get what they want done, that's it. It's one of them things. It is they want to do this or this and this, and they don't care. They care no cares of any of us. But I guess we might just wrap it up right there. It was about 2 hours in, a little over 2 hours now. YouTube about 45 minutes. But I appreciate Dave for hanging in with me. Jamie had some power issues, so hopefully he gets power back on. And I got my learning issues.
Always a pleasure, sir.
And I guess y'all please like and subscribe, and we got our returnees. I know we're here, and anybody that's kind of hiding in the shadows or listening, I appreciate y'all too. And as always, y'all keep on keeping on, and peace and chicken grease, and we'll be back next week, bigger and better. Oh, I remember what I was going to do an announcement too. Escape the Simulation podcast next Tuesday at let me look. Before I won't tell y'all wrong. I'm gonna be on there talking paranormal stuff with Jess. Let's see.
Take care, John. And the rest of our viewers, thanks again for sure. Had a live chat going on tonight, man.
Yeah.
Good
I appreciate
stuff.
y'all chatting, and Escape the Simulation.
Tell us that date and time one more time, Ricky.
It's going to be.
Tell us one more time.
Next Tuesday at 9:30 Pacific, so it'll be about 11:30 for Central. We're going to be here. I'll be on Escape the Simulation. You can go on YouTube. Her podcast is on YouTube, and I'm gonna be on there talking paranormal stories and stuff like that. Get ready for Halloween. Appreciate you, Hiker. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate you, Sweets, and appreciate you, Dave. Y'all be good.
Peace.